Hello and welcome back to the channel. I probably shouldn't be telling you guys this, but I'm just, not gatekeeping, and unlike anyone else that doesn't really tell you the whole idea and would try to sell you a course, I give it all like in front and like very easy peasy lemon squeezy for you guys. So there is one concept called day one or one day. What is that? Most people, when it comes down to the perception that they want, like for instance, imagine this question: what do you dream in your life? Like if you could think of one thing that would make you happy, you might be feeling like, okay, I want to have a lot of money, or I want to be rich, or I want to own like this or that. Well, guess what? A lot of other people also want the same thing. But the concept of one day or day one is that most people, I know because I've analyzed this, most people would say, one day I will do that. Blank. Like whatever. Like even if it's like a travel or marriage or something big, they say, one day, somewhere, someone, something, keep waiting, keep waiting. That's exactly their mentality. But let me tell you the truth, it's not gonna work at all. Because to be a man, first you have to do something and then you have to make it right. It's gonna paraphrase my own phrase, so make sure you understand. These days we all wait for the perfect time to do something, but it's curious the moment that you have to jump. When it's like in that stage that you need to like make the right decision, that's exactly the moment you have to jump. Imagine you're like on a like trying to dive. When it's scary to jump, that's exactly the moment you jump. So instead of just overcomplicating things and thinking about the possibilities, outcomes, like having this kind of dialogue with someone, if I do this, then this will happen. No, maybe something else will happen. Trust me, because a lot of times we will overthink and not start the first thing in the beginning. But if you start, then you're gonna eventually keep on going. As like the man, as I mentioned, instead of just saying, okay, I need to wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. The best time was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Very easy. But how can we apply this to the lives? It depends on your perspective. You can just, watch this and say, okay, these are wise kind of words, but we're not going to use them. But you can say, okay, we can actually apply them 1% day after day, because the only guy you need to be better than is your older you. It's like you versus you. It's not you versus like your friends. Because you try to do some stuff. I mean, come on. You and your friend zone. You surround yourself with people that you're comfortable with. But, when one of them gets something, when one of them goes the extra mile, achieves something, you feel like you're left out. So you keep up like you're the average of 5 guys that you surround yourself with. But if you try to go to the personal development kind of journey and learn more, it would be an interesting kind of journey for you also. So the concept of day one or one day is that, as we mentioned previously, one day is a wish. Like you say, okay, I wish that one day I would, for example, go to a place and do this thing. So you can come up with this. But you say, okay, what if I really want to do that and execute it at the moment? That's the concept of day one. And a lot of people that actually are successful these days, they failed many, many times. And let me tell you something that would completely change your perspective on the failure. An infant, a child, would learn how to walk by getting up, trying to walk, falling down, getting up again. That's exactly what happens. Also, when you try to get the driving license, you turn on the car, you try to drive, the car will stop working, then you have to try again. So if your tutor would tell you like, no, you have to be perfect, you're not even going to learn how to drive a car. You're not going to learn even how to walk. It's the same exactly in life. You think like, okay, if I fail, then it's done. It's not actually. The winners will lose more than the losers ever will win, because the losers, they're like hesitating to try, but the winners, it's okay, that's a good idea, let's try. If it fails, they say, okay, let's try again. It's like the concept of you try to achieve the goal. On the way there, you might fall, but then you get up again. So that's the concept. Even though on the journey you might fall many, many times, you still get up and try more. I know sometimes it's quite difficult, especially for men these days, because the society's expectation is very high. It expects guys to know everything, to be very much decisive. But let me tell you the hint that I shouldn't tell you, but yeah, I tell you anyway. No one knows what they're doing, but some people do it anyway. If you go and talk to the successful guy that you know that clearly has everything set, if you go really close to that person and be really friend and everything, they will tell you that when they started the business or when they were like trying to do that thing, they were not 100% sure and they were like confused, but they did it anyway. And then they kept pushing. Maybe some really stuff happened. But the point was that they kept on going no matter what. And that really changed everything completely. Because the more you keep doing some stuff, the more you actually increasing the chances of a nice probability. And by the way, insanity definition by Albert Einstein is that insanity is repeating the same thing and expecting a different result. So if you want a specific result, I know what I said is a kind of paradox, but here is the shift. Because here in this channel we talk about the perspective all the time, and I try to mix it up in a humor kind of stuff, so you guys will enjoy it also, because that's the better thing. So where were we? So insanity is like repeating the same stuff, thinking of a different result. But if you want to actually get a different result, you need to be in a specific place and keep up the good work and go the extra mile and do all these things and slightly change a few things. Then you see what happens. It's like there was a really great book that I read. It said you have to shoot shots, like many, many shots. Like it was the concept of you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You start shooting the shots. You see some shots will reach, some shots will not. But then you would adjust. You say, okay, this is hitting apparently, so let's keep on shooting there. Then you keep shooting. Like for instance, let me give you an example. You want to study or have a job or something. On that specific field, you go and you redirect. But you're not so sure, it's like confused and stuff. But you keep on going anyway. Then you get some feedback. Based on the feedback, you adjust. And then you can increase the chances of being successful. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you reach the goal, it's just like you have it or not. And that's what really counts. And the majority of people are just so confused in the beginning to start. They just think and be like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Let me just do something else. Stay in the comfort zone. But you are different because you have continued until this moment of the video. And if you like this video, feel free to like the YouTube video and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to share with your friends, because I'm trying to give you guys all the information that I know without gatekeeping, and I would really appreciate to have your feedback also. And if you like this, you're probably gonna like one of the two videos that pop up on the screen. And to one of my friends that said, why do you wear the sunglasses so much? I feel like generally I look much more handsome wearing the sunglasses. But if you want me to directly look at the camera and talk to you guys, yeah. So you can watch one of these two videos that pop up, and feel free to like and smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys in the next video.